Hi everybody, and welcome back to week 2 of our Back to Basics journal. I think we did really well on week 1, to be honest. We changed some folded paper into something really potentially quite pretty, I think. So, what are we going to do today? Well, today we are going to make little floating pockets, and they sound quite complicated, but they're not, so don't be put off at this stage. We're all right, we're doing all right. Now I've got 2 envelopes here. They are called DL size. I'll measure them for you because I think these might be long DL. They measure a little over 8.5 by 4.25. So yeah, I think that is DL size actually. And what we're going to do is we're going to seal up this flappy bit. So it doesn't matter if yours have just got a little flap or they've got a full pointed flap. It doesn't matter. Any will do. Be fine. But before we seal that up, I'm just going to pierce it. So I've just got a needle here and I'm just going to push it through one layer, the back layer, just sort of there, like that. Just make an air hole, because otherwise you seal them up and you trap all the air inside and they're like meringues, they're all poofy, which is no good. So let's stick this flap down. Now we've made our little air hole. We are going to do 2, but I'm just going to do 1 at the moment and then we'll come back. This is all full of glue and mankiness. Yuck, horrible. So let's just stick that down. So you see it goes flat now. If we hadn't put the air hole in, you would have trapped the air and it would be all spongy. That's no good, that's not what we want. Right, so keeping the back, this side with the flap close, face up, we're going to fold up a piece of the bottom of the envelope. Now it can be, you can make it any measurement that you want really, but I'm going to do this. I seem to have my giant ruler out today, never mind. I'm going to do it at, that's about 2.25 inches, and that looks about right to me. So I'm just going to do that there and burnish that in with our bone folder along the bottom. So there we have it. That's, you can see now when those are glued up the side, we've got a nice little pocket, but it looks a bit, this is the flap side. It doesn't look good. So we need to put paper on there. And when we've put the paper on there and you turn it over, you'll have a really nice journaling area, because we're not going to stick it down to the page. So we just need some papers out the kit. Where are my remnants, I wonder? I wonder if I've got enough remnants to make something with. Let's just have a look through what we've got. Oh, that's not big enough. That's a shame. There's that one, but I quite want to keep that for a tag. The back of that's possible. This one. Oh, that would be nice at the top. Yeah, let's work on this one for the time being. Now what we're going to do now is a process called fit to measure. Measure to fit. Measure to fit, I think. It's one or the other. And all that it means is, instead of measuring and transferring the measurement to your, actually I'm going to do it there, which will give me a better size remnant. You can see there what I've done. I've put my paper down over that envelope and I've allowed a little border around all of it, like that. So I'm going to get my pencil now and measure the same amount of there as is here. So just a little mark there. That's fine. Well, it would be if I'd made a mark. And when you come down here, there's where the pocket is. You can see it folded up in there. And I want just enough paper to cover that, because you're not going to see deep down into the pocket, so you needn't waste your paper. So I'm just going to cut that off there. So I just need to cut those two little pieces off. So I'm just going to take my Timmy trimmer, but once again the same rules apply. Whatever you've got that you're comfortable to use cutting, you just use that. So I'm just going to cut that across there. Well, I would, except it won't fit in my Timmy trimmer. Might have to get the Jolly Green Giant out. There we go. And yeah, I'm just going to cut along there. I'm going to put my light on so I can see where my mark is. And make sure that's straight. And trim down there. Right, I don't need my Jolly Green Giant anymore at the moment. Right, so where's our floating pocket gone? So there we are. So we've got this piece that's going to go there like that, and that's going to be perfect. It's going to be really pretty. I just need to trim off where that other mark was for the width. So there's our other mark. There we go. So that's going to go there with this wisteria falling down, and doesn't that look pretty? It's so lovely. But I would say, you know, if you're going to ink, if you are inking, ink now. Don't ink around the cream envelope, it doesn't look so good. Ink around your paper before you stick it down. So let's do that now. So back to the tea dye and my finger dabber. Now, I don't need to do the bottom edge because it's going to be in the pocket, so just the three other edges are fine. Catkins now, he's been in his, what do you call it, jail all morning, and he's out now, so he's full of the joys of spring and devilment. So I'm going to stick that on there. I'm going to use my Collall. And it seems such a shame to hide this gorgeous paper, but I can't use both sides at once. So almost up to the edge, you're just leaving a hair right at the edge to try and counteract the glue squidging out. There we go. And let's place this. So as I said before about the Collall, it's very kind. It does allow you time to move things around should you need to, but that's looking pretty good. That's looking fine. Right, so now we need a piece to go on the bottom of here. Excuse me. What have I got? Well, I have got that. I could use that. That's very, very, very pretty. Yeah. I might just use that actually. Well, that would make quite nice tags. No, I'm thinking ahead to what I need for the tags and trying to reserve some of the remnants for that. But that would work there. Yeah, that definitely would. So let's use that then. So we'll use this same fit to measure process. So I'm leaving a similar border around here than I did for around the top. And I'm marking it there where I want to cut it, with the allowance for the border. I don't know what's wrong with my pencil. And same at the bottom, be sure to allow that border all the way around. Now my Timmy trimmer will definitely trim this. So cut that off at your pencil mark. And at this pencil mark too. And we should have a piece that's nicely sized for the bottom part of our pocket. I'm not going to keep that, but the rest I am keeping. You never know. So which way does that go? That way, yeah. So that's going to go there. And we're going to have a really nice pocket. So let's just whiz around there with a bit of ink. I've made these previously and used sort of dictionary paper or music paper and decoupaged napkins onto them, and they look fabulous, but I shall explain all of that to you in the next series, whatever we decide to call it, the more advanced one. So that's going to go on there. We probably will decorate it further, but as I said, at the moment we're just doing the construction. Once we get the construction done, then we can start to think about decorating and, you know, adding tags and journaling cards and all sorts of things, explaining to you what they are. Oh, it's going to be great fun decorating. It really, really is. Adding lots of prettiness. So there we are. Make sure you get these going the right way, which is that way, I think. And then just place that on your front piece. And if you've measured it correctly and cut it correctly, it'll sit there very nicely. So there we are. Right, so all I need to do now is just glue up this piece up here. So once again, I'm gluing the flap because then I know how far I've got to go up. That's quite a bit of glue on there. Let's just have a look at that glue and see if it's too much. Might be just a bit too much at the top there and just a bit too much at the bottom there. So just wipe that off. Then fold that up, press it down, and there we have it, a floating pocket. Really easy, really simple. Just do it in stages like I did it, and before you know it, there you go. And it's such a nice little thing to have in your journal. You know, paper clip it on and then people can remove it, and there's all this journaling here on the back, kind of for nothing. It's kind of free journaling. So let's see where we're going to put it in our journal. It could go there, but no, don't think so. Then we've got a tuck on that page, a tummy tuck on that page. I've got this here, but I don't know how comfortably that would sit behind there. Yeah, maybe that's a possibility. Or what else have we got? What's the next page? Oh, we've got a faux envelope there, the checky paper. Could possibly get that in there. That looks nice. Yeah, that looks nice. That's where I'm going to put it. So I'll just get myself a paper clip. I'm using fancy ones, but to be honest, you do not need to use fancy paper clips. If I'm honest with you, these are the ones I had to hand. That's why I'm using them. Oh, that's a fancy blue one. I will change this before it's finished. So you could paper clip it onto the top there, like that. You could paper clip it onto the side there, like that. I'm probably going to paper clip mine to the top, actually. But, you know, it is a movable feast, so you can move it and change your mind whenever. So I think that looks nice. That's a nice page spread. What we haven't done, however, is stenciled our page. So let's do that now. Let's do that now. This is the, yeah, centre spread. So keep that there. Get my ink out and my brush. Too much stuff. and my little stencil. And let's just add some stenciling to this page. I mean, we can leave some pages just with some stenciling on for journaling. You know, it's nice to have all these little bits on it, but you don't lose sight of the fact it is a journal and you have to allow people room to write in it. However inconvenient that might be. So there we go. Lovely. That's really pretty. So let's do that again. Stick that on the top with a paper clip. And that's that done. So bring this in again. Lovely. I've paper clipped 2 pages together. No hand. That's it. So this is a centre spread that we still need to be thinking about, but we will do that this week, definitely. And then that. So I'm just looking for somewhere to put my next floating pocket. There is a good contender, I think. Yeah, I definitely do think there. So let's get this page out. Put them crossways so we know where we're at. Let's just put some... Oh, come on, you know what I'm like. Turn me around twice, I can't remember. I just can't remember. So that goes there. That goes there. Yeah, it's this page, isn't it? It's just... it goes there. It's on this page. Let's get it facing me before I turn it round again. Right, so I'm just going to stencil on here before we begin, and then it'll save us a job later on. Just go in circular motions, just lightly, just kiss the paper. I'm really not pressing. And just maybe a little one down here. There we are. Actually, I'm going to have to do slightly more than that because I've caught it. Just line that up again with where it was. I'm just going to have to do this one because I've just caught the top of it with my brush. That's it now. Lovely. So that's stenciled. That's ready for us to put our floating pocket on. So here's another envelope, exactly the same. I poked a hole in it, just the same as the other one, and I'm just going to stick this down. As I say, it really doesn't matter what shape your flap is. If it's one of those long skinny ones or a big pointy one, it really doesn't matter. Whatever you want to do is stick it down. And if it's an envelope that's got one of those tags on, you know, that you tear off, self-seal or whatever they're called, rip that off. Because it'll only cause problems further down the line if you don't. So that's nice and flat, sealed up nicely. And I want to fold in about the same. So that's about 2 1/4, I think. It doesn't have to be. You know, you can alter these. They're not an exact thing. So it's about that. So let's go for that. Burnish that down. And let's choose some paper for this one. What have I got hiding there? I thought it was a more exciting remnant than that. No. So I'm going to have to get my papers out again. What have I got in the world of remnants? Well, that, but I used that for the other pocket. Oh, but there's that. There's that side. They really are remnants. I thought I had more remnants than that. Yeah. Oh, that one. This one keeps rearing its head like it wants to be used, so I'm going to use it. That's what I am going to do. I'm going to use it. I'm going to use that for the flappy part at the front, and I'm going to use this one, yeah, the back of the wisteria, for this bit here. Now I don't think this is directional particularly. Actually, it might be. It might go that way. It's got zigzags. So let's use this bit over here, which we have already cut a bit off for the tuck. Actually, that's not the easiest way to do it. Let's do it this way. This way, that's the easiest way. So we start off with two sort of factory cut edges, so we can't be wrong. So pop that over there, make your mark just a little bit in from the outside, and this one, I'll cut it there. I think that's, yeah, I think that'll be all right. So is that going to fit in the Timmy trimmer? Possibly, possibly not. No, no chance. It's a job for the Jolly Green Giant. Out you come. Line that up with the edge. I'm just going to put my light on so I can actually see exactly where I'm cutting. So that's that. So he can go away now. He really is a beast. So I don't need that remnant, but I do need this one, and I need to cut it off. I'm just going to do a double check that that's okay, that's the right length. Yeah, that's perfect. So just cut that off along there, but save that. You know, that's a tuck for something else. Right, let's do a quick double check. Yes, that is right. So let's just quickly ink around there. So you see, they do come together quite quickly, but it's not a race. You know, I keep saying this, it really isn't a race. If it takes you ages to measure something, well, that's all right, isn't it? You know, what difference does it make? As long as when you measure it, you get it right, first, second, third time, doesn't matter, then who's going to know? As I keep telling you, there really isn't a junk journal police. There just isn't. So there we are. That's going to fall to there. Jolly, jolly, jolly good. Bit of collal. I understand that collal is probably quite expensive for you guys in America, as is art glitter glue here. It's horrendously expensive. All I can tell you is that's my preferred glue. I'm not saying you have to go out and buy it. You might find something that you prefer every bit as much. It's got a bit of seepage up there. And that's the other thing about collal. If it does seep out, if you just rub it, it just sort of balls up and falls off the paper, which is fabulous. Because so many other glues dry there and you get a sort of clear glue patch and it really doesn't look nice. So there we are, we have that one. Now, you are so desperate to be used. Let's use you. Will that fit there? No, don't be silly. Don't be daft. What's on the back of there? No. Right, so let's use this then. Now, when I offer this up, it's 1, 2, 3.5 panels along. Now that might not irritate you, but it would irritate me. So I'm going to just move that across a little bit, so as I've got 2 full panels and 2 part panels. And that's just getting a bit picky, I know, but it's just the way I am. So put a mark there where you want to cut it, and a mark there where you want to cut it. And we'll chop those off with a Timmy trimmer. And this one. Always when you're trimming, make sure that you have, if you're trimming to the top, make sure it's flush to the top. If you're trimming to the bottom, make sure it's flush to the bottom, otherwise your trim won't be straight. And with these Timmy trimmers, this finger guard, it's brilliant and it does the job, stops you chopping your fingers off, which, let's face it, is more important. But sometimes after you've pushed something through, it just stays in the raised position, so make sure that's pushed down. Otherwise, once again, you won't get a very good, satisfactory cut. So, there we go. Let's have a look. So that's going there. Yes, that's lovely. And I just need to make a mark here where I want to cut it off for the bottom, and just trim that off as well. Let's do it that way. Lovely. So let's see, does that fit? Yes, perfectly. And that's lovely. This piece has just been waiting for something, hasn't it? It's been hanging around saying, me, me, me. Well, its time has come. There we go. So some glue, let's get that stuck on there. And this was just a piece of the front cover, if you remember. Far too nice to waste. I knew we'd find a use for it. But we've still got, we've still got some construction to do. I wouldn't say loads, but we've got some. I think that's the right, was that the right way or is that the right way? No, this way. This way, I think. And once we've got the construction done, well, then it's down to decorating. And a lot of that is personal preference. And of course, we've still got a cover to make, which is lovely. I love making covers. It's one of my favourite parts. I do like the construction, I must say, probably slightly more than the decorating, really. But it's nice when you've got all the construction done and you can concentrate on decorating. So let's just stick that in position. Put the lid back on my glue. So there we have it. We have another floating pocket. Lovely clean surface there to journal on. So that was going to go there. I just need a paper clip to hold it there. These paper clips will get changed. Like I say, they're just what I've got on hand. What's on my desk today? Paper clips, as well as a million other things, I can tell you. It's mayhem on my desk today. So that's that. We've still got this page to do something with, but we're progressing really well. So, and that goes there. That goes there. Yes. Oh, yes. So, should we have a little flip through? A little pat ourselves on the back moment. First page, a pocket. I need a little bit of card. Have I got a little bit of card somewhere? Yes, this bit will do. It's a pocket, so we can get things in there like that. Then next to that, that's blank book page, which I really like. I love the look of that. And in fact, I might stencil that and leave it intentionally blank for journaling. Then we've got our stencil page and our corner tuck, which we can put something in there. Then we've got our tummy tuck here. Yeah, I'll get a nice big journaling card or something in there. Our moose book page, empty page. Then our little faux envelope, which you can put something in there. And we didn't stick the back down, so you can put something in there as well. Then our squared graph paper, our floating pocket that we've just done, which of course that's a pocket, and it comes off so you can journal on the back. Then we've got this, which is the Rita Donnelly flap, folds out like that, journaling there, and a tuck spot here so you can put something there. Squared paper, blank page, that's all right. Then our floating pocket that we have literally just made. And a pocket there, isn't that pretty? That is very pretty. Then book page, and then a side pocket, a long side pocket there. Get all sorts of things tucked in there. Then here another faux envelope. So I've got all that behind it. It flips up, all that in it. Marvellous. Book page, and then a horizontal tummy tuck. So there we are. And there's nothing on the back page as yet. But haven't we come a long way? We really have. From, just a handful of paper. And now we've got something really quite special. So join me tomorrow, guys, and we will carry on this odyssey. I hope you're enjoying it as much as I am, and I hope you're keeping up, because I'm trying every day not to give you too much to do, just enough that you can go away and do it and enjoy it. So see you tomorrow. Thanks for joining me. Bye.